All right, my name is Dan Laycock. I'm a Senior Communications Manager for Microsoft. From the beginning, Surface devices have been designed to help you work and be creative the way that works best for you. Whether that's the ability to draw on a screen, use a tablet that converts to a laptop, or even a big studio screen that comes down to a drafting table size, you should be able to work the way that works for you. So we started with Surface Pro, which really was a very versatile PC in the form of a tablet with a detachable keyboard that let you work in a lot of different settings. Also had touch screen and pen input that gave you a lot of freedom to work different ways. From that, we grew into Surface Book, which is a detachable laptop, very powerful with discrete graphics in the base for people that do demanding creative work. We now sell Surface Laptop, which is a very kind of classic clamshell laptop with a beautiful screen as well, but light, thin, very portable. And now even into things like Surface Studio, which is a big creative powerhouse, and things like Surface headphones. In all cases, they really are designed to disappear into the background, right? We don't want you focused on the tech, we want you focused on, what do I want to do with this? So the screen should be right, the battery life should be right, the balance should be right. It needs to be something you want to take with you, so the materials matter and the way that they're fit together matter. The keyboard matters. All these things are touches that mean a great deal. And then you have the flexibility of first-in-class pen input and things that really allow you to work in ways that other devices don't enable in a single machine. These are the Surface headphones. They launched last fall. They are fantastic noise-canceling headphones made from very premium materials, so very comfortable. We look at the way our customers work, right? Maybe they work at home, maybe they work on the couch or a coffee shop. Anywhere that you go, you should have the ability to build yourself a zone of focus, if you will, right? So I should be able to put these on, block out all the noise around me, hear my music the way I want to hear it, but also the way I interact with these should be super intuitive. So just walking through it, you'll notice on the outside of each ear cup, there's a dial. So on the right-hand side, that's volume. On the left-hand side, that's noise canceling. There's 13 different levels of noise canceling, and 4 of them are amplifying. So if I need to hear the person next to me, I can dial it all the way back and listen to them. There are 4 beamforming microphones for great Skype calling or Teams calling. So if I've got these on, essentially there's a virtual mic forming right in front of my mouth that makes me sound great to those that are listening to me. And then finally, there's very simple controls. I can pause with a single tap, advance with 2, or go back with 3. It just means that when I've got these on, I don't have to think about finding buttons, anything like that, and I still have this great, very comfortable audio experience going. This is Surface Laptop, and this is a very classic form factor with a bit of a twist. It's a beautiful 13-inch screen, a great full keyboard, but there's a bit of a twist here in that this is fabric. It's a high-tech fabric called Alcantara, but it's just kind of a softer approach into a laptop. You'll see it's built very much the way a Surface is. It's got a touch screen, that's great for kind of a flexible input, but it's just very thin, very light, and on it, there's no bolts, there's no doors, like it's just a very clean, thin, and light design with great all-day battery life and all the power you would need for most of the computing most people do. So over here, we've got a full-size USB Type-A, mini DisplayPort out and sound, and then on the other side, we've got the Surface Link adapter, which is power, data, and video.
And what's this? Is that for future, or is that some sort of like?
It's actually the antenna cover.
Okay.
Yeah. You can use a pen on it as well. There's an interesting twist here in that the speakers, it sounds fantastic. The speakers are underneath the keyboard. So when I crank this up and I've got great sound coming out of it, the sound's actually coming through the keyboard. We see a lot of students very interested in this, and just folks that want the quality and materials of a Surface in the form factor that they know well, right? So this crosses very easily between business use, family use, student use. It's hard to put one audience here because it's just a fantastic laptop. So this one is Surface Go, and this is maybe the most accessible both from a price perspective as well as just size. This is a 10-inch PixelSense display, and like the others, it's got a full touchscreen. This is a full PC. It's powered by an Intel Pentium Gold processor, so I can run virtually all the Windows software that I need to run in a very small, very accessible package. The Pentium Gold processor that's in here, it's quick enough. It's nothing compared to what's in the Pro, right? So a lot of things like this, they just take a few beats longer to launch than the same thing does on Pro. You see it's still got the detachable keyboard cover, which is fantastic. It also works very well just as a tablet. I can use the pen, I can mark up documents, all those kinds of things. It starts at $399, it's got 10 hours of battery life. This is a really great small device. Also comes in an LTE version for folks that want to be connected wherever they go. Here on the back you see obviously the webcam that's rear facing, and then I've got the classic Surface Pro kickstand that I can set at virtually any angle that I want. That gives me a lot of flexibility for the way that I work. So if I've got it all the way out, Essentially, it's a great drawing surface, right? If I'm on an airplane, the person in front of me reclines their seat, I just bump it down a few degrees and I'm still off to the races and going. I've got a good range of ports here as well. Under the kickstand over here is a micro SD port. And then we've got a Surface Link port here for power, data, and video if I want to dock, or that's just the charging port. This is USB-C that I can use for video, for data, or for charging if I've got a USB-C Type-C charger that I use now, as well as a headphone jack. On the front, I've got a Windows Hello IR camera for logging in with my face, which is much faster than a password. And then, of course, I've got the ability to connect the screen or to the keyboard and have a full laptop. So Windows in S mode essentially is a version of Windows 10 that allows you to run any app that's in the Microsoft Store that's been essentially certified by Microsoft to be in the store. So it's a very safe environment. It gets automatic updates at all times. So if you're a person that does mostly web browsing or office work, it's actually a great option. If there are things that you use that require a fully downloadable application, then maybe you can switch to Windows 10, the full version of Windows 10, at no charge as well, and be off to the races there. It is very popular for students. We also see a lot of families use it. People forget that in Windows I can have a couple of profiles on this. So I can use this as a work resource and then pass it to the back seat. The kids look at it, they log in with their face, and it's in their account, so it's their movies and all of their apps. So this is Surface Studio, and this one is designed for a creative professional. It's a gorgeous 28-inch screen. Think almost a 4 or 14-inch laptop here. So I've got a lot of room to either draw or draft or anything like that. Beautiful color-calibrated screen, so just kind of looking at it is great. I've also got the freedom to pull this down into what we call studio mode and do things like draw on it. The pen is fantastic because you'll see the ink flows really from the pen tip. I can go slow, I can go fast. A lot of folks just in the executive suite will buy it because it's a big and beautiful screen. Somebody walks into my office, I can put this down, we can keep talking without losing my concentration. What it's really designed for is folks that need this much real estate to kind of do the sort of video editing, photo editing that informs creative work. So it's designed for that, but really it's just a big and powerful PC that can be used for anything.